Hello guys, today I'll be building an AI agent for generating pre-call report for sales representatives. First of all, a quick intro. I'm Adnan and I'm documenting my journey in the AI automation space as I learn something new every day, and I record it and I post daily. So the agent that I'll be building today, its main goal will be to make pre-call reports for sales reps to improve close rates, and our agent will need some inputs, and the first one being prospect's LinkedIn URL and the company URL that the prospect is linked to. And if we input these things to our agent, it will give these things in the form of output, like a detailed analysis of the prospect, their values, experiences, and also personalized sales tips to improve close rate. Here is the basic anatomy of the AI agent that I'll build. Our agent will use these three tools to finish the workflow. At first, the first tool is Prospect Researcher. This will take an LinkedIn URL, it will search the web, and it will return with a summary. Second up, we have Company Researcher. It will take in a company URL, it will search it, and return with a summary. Our last tool is called Pre-call Report Generator. This will take the company and prospect research from previous two tools and generate a pre-call report. To build this project, I have come up with an imaginary company, and to give more context, the name of our company is Biosource Analytics. It's an Austin-based provider specializing in the acquisition and provision of high-value medical and scientific laboratory equipment for research institutions, clinical labs, and biotech companies across the USA. So it makes sense that our ideal prospects are primarily principal investigators or senior researchers at university research labs across Austin. So we will make pre-call report for one such prospect. Okay, so this is my plan for today's video. As you know, our AI agent will have three tools, and at first we'll build those tools one by one and test them separately if they are working properly or not. Then we'll build our AI agent and connect all those tools to the agent, and then we'll see if our agent can actually deliver the output and it can use those tools automatically without our supervision. So let's start building the first tool. So we are in the Relevance AI dashboard. This is actually a great tool to automate workflows. So we're gonna we are on the tool section, and we'll click the new tool. I will build tool from scratch. I'll select this. I'll build my own tool. Let's move on to the build tab. Okay, the name of our first tool will be, what will we do with this? We will research our prospect's LinkedIn URL, right? So we can name it something like this, Prospect Researcher, and we'll type in a short description. Takes in prospects LinkedIn URL and returns with AI generated summary. So I see another typo here. Alright, so the name of our first tool is Prospect Researcher, and it takes in prospect's LinkedIn URL and returns with AI generated summary. So what will be the input of our Prospect Researcher tool? Let's click on this and type the name of input for agent. So what will we feed into this tool? It's actually LinkedIn URL. So type how input is described to agent. The URL of prospects LinkedIn. Alright, and we can actually name this parameter or dynamic value with LinkedIn URL. Alright, it's always good to name stuffs like this. LinkedIn URL. Okay, good. Then we have to add some steps, and what we need to do is to use anything that can scrape that LinkedIn profile. So if we click add step and search LinkedIn, there are many tools here that are related to LinkedIn, and we're going to select the first one, get a LinkedIn profile / company and posts. This is verified by Relevance AI team. Cool. Let's click this one, expand. So what will be the input to this module? It's this, right? The LinkedIn URL that we'll type here for now will be passed on to the next step. So click this and select the LinkedIn URL that we set earlier. See, it's already showing here. So you can click this, done, and then we have to specify a method we want to get user profile. You could also select user posts, but for now we select get user profile. So all is done. Next up, we have to add a brain to this tool, which will be our LLM agent. So let's click this, expand. Okay, so we need to type in a prompt for this tool, and I have actually written it already. This is our tool 1 prompt. I'm just gonna copy paste this, copy, paste. So let's see what we have written here. Can you please take this LinkedIn profile information and summarize this into a 300-word summary with details on the user's background, key career experience, current role, and duration in role. This is a summary for a sales rep to prepare a call to make sure all the relevant details are there for this purpose, and it should be an overview that will rapidly bring someone up to speed on a prospect. Okay, make it read like a resume with name, location, follower count, etc. Cool. So here is the information. So what information will the LLM use? It's actually the output of this step, right? So we used LinkedIn profile parser, and its output is like this. So we will use that right here. So if we use double and this is the one we need, the LinkedIn data that will be passed on from previous step. This is the input here. Cool. Then we forgot one thing, and that's the actual LinkedIn profile that I will use. Before moving on to the next section, I want to put a disclaimer. The examples that I'll talk about later, these examples are publicly available professional profiles that I searched, and I will use those for illustrative purposes only. So we should always respect privacy and use professional data responsibly. Okay, so let's just paste that LinkedIn URL here. We are using Aaron Baker's profile. He's a professor of biomedical engineering at UT Austin. So he's an ideal prospect for our imaginary business. So we pasted his LinkedIn URL here. Everything is done. before playing with the LLM model, let's just see what this step can do. If we click run step, this will visit that LinkedIn URL and fetch some data for us. Let's see what data it got. Cool. So a bunch of data. It may look ugly, but that's not our concern. That's why we are using LLM model in the first place, so that it can analyze all this data, all this jumble of things, and provide us with a clear output in natural language. Cool. So we got our output from here, and if we now to run the LLM model, you need to select your model. So I have already set up my API keys for Open Router, and I will select, where's DeepSeek? I'll select where's DeepSeek? Okay, this one. We will work with DeepSeek R1 for now, but you can always choose your preferred LLM APIs. If you have subscription to OpenAI, that's cool. That works fine. So actually we can run this step for now, and let's see what it does. Alright, so our LLM has finished running the task, and this is the tool output. See, the way we specified everything here, like make it read like a resume with name, location, follower count, and we can see like it here, name, location, follower count, current company, position, he's the professor, tenure in current role. All of this information can be useful for sales reps, because the more you know about your prospect, the better you can prepare, and it can improve your chance for closing the deal. We have an overview field, professional experience, all listed properly, education, key points. See, this is the interesting part, key points for sales call. The expertise, tenure, potential interests, background, all of these can actually help. So it has also provided us with recommendations. Tailor the conversation to align with his research focus, institutional responsibilities, or opportunities to enhance academic programs, and highlight solutions that streamline research, improve resource access, or support interdisciplinary collaboration. Cool. So you can always see it in the raw form, which is a bit easier on our eyes, but we'll keep it in the markdown format, so that LLM models can process it better. So for now we are copying this so that we can use it for the third tool, and after that, when we will integrate everything together, we won't be needing this. But for now I'll just copy it and keep it in my document file. Test output, paste. Wow. Okay, it can stay in bold. That's not an issue right now. We'll use this later on. Okay, our first tool is done and it's working perfectly. So now let's move on to the second tool. We can click back here. I want to save it, publish changes. Tool saved and published successfully. Cool. Okay, our prospect researcher tool is done. Let's move on to the next tool. We'll create a new tool, build from scratch. Build your own tool. Okay, so this tool will research the company URL. So we are naming it company researcher. It will take in the company URL and return with an AI generated summary. Cool. Okay, so the input to this tool will be the company URL, right? So you can click here in the inputs, then type the name of input for agent. It will be company URL. Type how input is described to agent, URL to summarize. Company URL to summarize the company, whatever, it's not that important. So we, as usual, will name this output as properly as possible. We're gonna name it company URL. Cool. Okay, so next up we have to use some kind of web scraping tool so that it can actually visit that company URL and scrape some data for us. So we will use this tool here, extract website content. It's already integrated in the Relevance AI dashboard, so it works nice. Scrape and access website content from a link or URL. We'll click this here, click expand, and the input to this step will be the company URL that we will type here. Method optional, text can stay. So let's just copy the company URL. So previously we selected Professor Aaron Baker's LinkedIn, so he's our target prospect. So he works in the UT Texas, and he has a biomedical engineering lab there where he conducts various experiments, and I found that just for illustration purposes for this video. So I'll copy that and paste it in the company URL there so that our agent can understand the context and what and how to personalize the sales call, right? So we provided the company URL, so let's just check if our tool runs properly or not. What event? Right. Okay, so let's see how it does. It is parsing the company URL. Cool. So it parsed all the information from the URL. Welcome to Baker Lab, the laboratory for cardiovascular engineering and therapeutic specializes in cardiovascular biology, specifically devices and interventional. Okay, whatever, I'm not going to read that. So this is the output for extract website content. Now we need, as always, a LLM brain to process all these things. So let's click on LLM and expand. Now we need a second prompt for our second tool. So I have already pasted this prompt here. Okay, let's just copy it and paste here. Can you please take this website content and summarize this into a 300-word natural language summary which clearly outlines what the company does, why they do it, where they are based, their values, etc. All of these things are important for better preparation. It should be easily readable and consumable. While the input is in JSON, as it is from a website scraper, you need to write your response as a natural language summary that will be read by a sales rep in preparation for a call. So while the input is in JSON, our LLM brain will handle all the heavy tasks of converting it to natural language. So what's the website content? The website content is actually the output of our scraper. So I'll just click the scrape output here, and also we have again we specified do not output in JSON. It must be a natural language summary. Cool. Again we have to select our model here, which doesn't exist. Why it doesn't exist? Scrape. This is our scrape output. What happened here? This is still the output. Okay, let's just move on and see if it works or not. I'll select my open router again and select DeepSeek from here. DeepSeek R1 free, open routers version. Okay, let's see if the LLM works or not. We have to wait again for some time. Alright, so our LLM model has returned with this output. Let's just see what it has done. It has analyzed the web scraper JSON file and it has returned with Baker Lab overview. Baker Lab is blah blah blah. Products and services that it offers, the team, recent news blogs, and also it has key takeaways for sales reps, focus areas, potential needs, values, preparation tips. See? How cool is this? Familiarize yourself with the published work to align pitches with your research goals. Highlight solutions that support R&D efficiency, funding access, or commercialization pathways. So note, confirm the lab's institutional affiliation during the call, as this could influence procurement or partnership processes. So how cool is this? If you did this manually, it would take hours and hours, right? So now we can do it with just one click. So our second tool is ready. We can publish the changes here and saved. Nice. It takes some time. Alright, so we can go ahead and build our third tool now. Let's click on new tool here, build from scratch, build your own tool. Okay, so our last tool will be our pre-call report generator, right? So we can name it pre-call report generator. So what this tool will do, it will take in prospect and company summaries and return with pre-call report for sales rep. So we have provided a short description for our third tool, and the input of this tool will be so for now, as you remember, I copied the output from tool 1. I forgot to copy the output from tool 2, but I'll do that and just paste those two outputs in the third tool. We do not need to do this when we build the agent, but for now, as we're testing all the tools individually, we need to do that. So let me just copy and paste the outputs from previous two tools here. Alright, so for our third tool, we will have two inputs here, and the first input will be prospect summary. Type how input is described to agent, so the summary of the prospect. So we can paste the result that we got from our first tool, which was assigned to summarize the prospect from his LinkedIn URL, and we can paste that here in the form of long text. So we can Okay, let's do that again here. Yeah, so it's looking better. Prospect summary. Okay, so this was our output from the first tool. Then we can add another input, which will be company summary. Of course, we can name the first input as prospect summary so that we can call it later, and the second one will be company summary. Cool. Summary, whatever. Summary of the company from company URL. Cool. Now we need to actually copy and paste the output from our tool 2. So this was, if you remember, this was our output from the second tool. Now we can go on and copy and paste that here. Done. Now we need to add the LLM to finish our task. We're almost there, guys, so just hang with me. We can add our LLM model here, and for our third tool, which will be the actual pre-call report generator, we'll need a third prompt. So we already made this prompt. We can paste that here. So interesting thing is this whole thing is highly influenced by the YouTube AI goat Liam Ottley. So shout out to him and his company for making these great tutorials, and I learn a lot from him every day. So let's move on. So at first we assigned the LLM brain some role, as you should know by now that if you assign a role to a LLM model, it performs better and gives better outputs. So you are an elite sales strategist and business intelligence expert with intensive experience in sales and strategic sourcing of high-level scientific and medical capital equipment, blah blah blah. So your deep understanding of sales psychology and proven track record of analyzing prospect data. See, you are actually pampering the LLM. It's called emotional prompting, and it can enhance the accuracy and quality of the output. So the task: analyze the provided company research prospect LinkedIn data to create a strategic sales. So we provided more company context here. Our imaginary company is Biosource Analytics. It's an Austin-based provider specialized in blah blah blah. Cool. So to write this report, use the following process: review and synthesize the company research data to identify key business challenges and opportunities, analyze prospects LinkedIn information, and everything. So now this LLM actually needs two input. If you guessed, as you have guessed now, the prospect summary and the company summary. So let's click those. Company summary. All right. Specifics: your thorough analysis is crucial for our sales team's success. Please provide detailed and actionable insights. Again, we are being emotional and strategical while talking to the LLM so that it can improve its output. We deeply value your strategic guidance. It's funny that you need to pamper a machine, but that's the future we are in. Alright, so notes: always maintain a consultative approach rather than pure sales pitch. This is very important. Ensure all recommendations align with prospect's specific industry and growth stage, and if prospect shows interest in specific talent pools, talent pools, no, it will be specific. We can type in products. Alright. Remember to highlight our Austin presence while emphasizing our national reach. All done. Now we have to again select our LLM model. Again we'll use DeepSeek R1, the free version, of course. I think all done and everything okay. So now let's check if our LLM works fine or not. Let's see what happens. Alright, so our third tool is working properly and it has returned with this output. So let's just read it. For better readability, I'm going to select the raw format. Strategic calls, sales call guide for Aaron Baker, professor at UT Austin. Key challenges and opportunities for Baker Lab. Aaron Baker's pain points and priorities. Biosource analytics value proposition. See? Cool. Strategic talking points. Research alignment. Your work on vascular stress modeling requires precise tools. We have helped labs acquire systems like Instron testers at 40% below market price. It can also provide budget strategy, collaboration, sustainability. The tool is recommending these points because it has analyzed what are the actual values of Aaron Baker and what are the values of his lab, his vision, his mission. And if we can align our sales proposal with everything related to him, the chance that we will close a deal gets much higher. For example, in the sustainability tab, reusing lab equipment cuts waste. Stanford's lab reduced procurement emissions by 35% with our solutions. See, reusing lab equipment cuts waste. One of the features of our imaginary company was that we procure reused lab equipments. So we can channel that through sustainability and other terms. Cool. Objections and responses. We prefer new equipment. We need a specific model. Procurement is too slow. We got everything covered. So next steps, also it has we'll see this again when we actually build the agent, so we'll read that from there. So from now on, our third tool is working perfectly fine. Alright, so let's go back and build the agent that we all have been anticipating so much. So we're gonna click on agents. Alright, so now we'll make our first agent. I have clicked on the new agent button and this pop-up showed up. We'll build our agent from scratch, so let's click that. Let the interface load. Alright, so we need to name our agent, give some descriptions. So we'll be naming our agent, let's say pre-call sales, pre-call report generator for sales reps. Short description of your agent. Just provide spec LinkedIn URL and company URL. I will do the magic. So we need to make it fun. We can replace the agent profile picture. Cool, it's nice. So let's say we can give this guy here. So he is wearing a cap, I'm wearing a cap. So let's continue. Give your agent a trigger. Not now, we are not going to use triggers now, but I have covered everything about triggers in my past video, so check that out. I'm gonna link that down in the description below. Skip and we'll add the tools later from the tools that we have made. So describe what your agent needs to do. Now we actually need to give proper prompts for our AI agent. So let's just copy this, paste. So before moving on, let's just let me clarify something, that previously we have built 3 tools for the task, and if you remember, we actually had to run every tool one by one, and then we had to copy paste the outputs from tool 1 and 2 and then into the third tool. Then we got our desired output format, but it's time consuming and you cannot run all the tools one by one. You do not have that time. So what our AI agent will do, we will just provide it with the LinkedIn URL and prospects company URL, and it will do the rest. It will connect with all those 3 tools and it will deliver. So this is a prompt. Act as a sales research assistant, a professional and efficient co-pilot dedicated to helping sales representatives at Biosource Analytics prepare thoroughly for their calls through comprehensive research and analysis. So this is everything. We have also provided the task that it needs to do, the specifics, and now we have to mention the tools. You have 3 powerful research tools at your disposal. So how will we link the tools here? By using this sign. So the name of our first tool was, well, it's not working. Wait. Okay, let's just add the tool here first. We added the 3 tools that alright, so I have added my 3 tools here by clicking this button. So this was the 3 tools that I made. So now we need to add them to the prompt. So we can do that by tools. At first we have the prospect researcher tool. So description, let's just add the company researcher tool first. Then we got prospect researcher tool, which its purpose is web-based prospect research and summary generation. The input will be the LinkedIn URL and used when needing to gather information about specific individuals. Cool. Now at last we need to add our last tool, which was pre-call report generator, which will combine the output of these tools and generate our desired output. So almost done. We have given some notes here and basically almost done. Let's just save it first. Saved. Now let's actually check our tool if it works or not. Hey, I believe we need to add the LLM model here. Oh, from here. Okay. Let's It looks like for agentic purposes we will need something in the pro version. That sucks. Alright, so in our agent we actually have selected the Google Gemini 2.2 Flash as our LLM, and we have pasted the prompt here. So now let's check how our model performs. So I'm gonna just copy paste what happened here. Alright, so I need a pre-call report for sales reps for Mr. Aaron Baker, and his LinkedIn URL is this, and the company URL is this. So let's just see how our agent does the work. So at first, our agent is using the company researcher tool that is provided into its system. So how cool does it feel when your agent is actually working properly? It's cool, right? So I built everything from scratch for you guys. So just stick with me for the end result. And it takes some time because probably I'm on the free plan and I'm using the cheaper models, the free models sometimes. So it takes some time. Just wait. Alright, so it has used the company researcher. We can actually click on it to see how it has done. As you can see, the agent has used this tool to actually make an overview of the company. Now it's using the second tool, which was called the prospect researcher. It's using that tool to parse information from prospects LinkedIn. Alright, so it has finished using the prospect researcher tool, and next up it will start using the third tool, which is it's using the pre-call report generator. But we can actually check how it has used the second tool here. See, just like we individually tested the tools, and the format is exactly the same. Cool. So now it's using our third tool here, which is pre-call report generator. See the difference, guys. We are not using the tools individually, rather than just with one single command our agent is doing all of the work. Alright, so it has performed all the steps required. This is a comprehensive pre-call report. Is there anything else I can help with? So there's a little bug here which I can finish easily by saying where is the report. Let's just tell the agent this. There's something inside the prompt probably that's causing this, but with just a simple message we can actually get the full report. See, this is the report, and it actually starts with my apologies, I did not properly format the response. Here is the pre-call report. So here is the full pre-call report for Mr. Aaron Baker, who is a professor of UT Austin. So key strategic insights and opportunities, everything is mentioned here. In institutional context, biosource value alignment, we can the sales representatives of biosource analytics can utilize all this information about him and his company. We also have included some strategic recommendations here. Interestingly, we also have some conversation starters such as research alignment, budget efficiency, urgency and availability. How cool is this? Anticipated objections and responses, trigger points for immediate action. See, these are the trigger points that can help closing the deal. Also, final note, position biosource as a strategic partner, not just a vendor. Emphasize how cost savings and blah blah blah. So it was pretty cool. I'm happy because my agent worked successfully. My build was alright, apart from the fact that I had to type in a second message for actually why it is not showing the report, but it did. I'll learn. Eventually I'll fix this as well. So yeah, it's cool. So that was our video. The journey continues. Let me know what are your thoughts on this build. If you liked my AI agent, like this video, subscribe for more AI explorations with me, and comment below with your insights. See you in the next one. Bye.